Hi guys, hi William, hi Winter, hi Megan, hi Alton, hi Nancy. Yeah, my hair looks like I just got out of bed, but it's not true. So I'm going to be reading you one of Peter Rabbit's adventures today because I'm running out of books. And I have to use these glasses. These are the glasses that I use when I make jewelry. Because when I make jewelry, I'm holding things up real close. So I'm going to have to read the page and then show you the pictures. I hope that's okay. This one is called Be My Friend. Also, you can see that the pictures are dark, so it's hard to read the words. So I'll read it to you and then show you the pictures. One spring evening, Peter, Lily, and Benjamin, that's Peter Rabbit's friends are Lily and Benjamin, were hopping home with a stash of delicious fresh dandelions. It was getting dark, and Peter kept stopping and scratching his head. I'm sure it's this way, just around the corner. I'm lost, he said. He doesn't know where he is, and look, there's concern on his face and her face. That's Lucy and Benjamin, and they have their dinner with them, and now, well, where do they go? Lily had an idea. Just in case pocket. Just in case, she said. Lily has a pocket and she keeps in it anything that she might need just in case for an emergency. She whipped out a telescope. We can use the stars to guide us home. Wow, Lily, said Benjamin, that's incredible. This way, said Lily, hopping off with Benjamin behind her. I would have remembered that way in the end, mumbled Peter, sadly following them home. So Lily used her smarts. She used her brain. And Peter's feeling kind of bad about that because he wanted to be the hero. But she used her telescope and she looked at the stars, because by looking at the stars you can tell where you are. The next morning, Benjamin found Lily a leaf. Can I see? He asked shyly. Will you teach me about the stars and leaves and all those things? Yes, let's go on a nature walk, Lily said. You can borrow my magnifying glass. Benjamin was so happy he couldn't speak. So it sounds like Lily really likes science things, and she's going to teach Benjamin what she knows about the stars and the trees. They're going on a nature walk, which is fun. Lily and Benjamin were at the riverbank magnifying minnows when they heard a shout. There you are, shouted Peter Rabbit, coming up to them. Let's go on an adventure. Actually, we're on a nature walk, said Benjamin. Do you want to come along? All right, said Peter. Maybe we'll find an adventure on the way. So there's Peter. Peter Rabbit. He always wants to get into trouble. And Lily and Benjamin always want to be learning. So I don't know what's going to happen, because he's not a troublemaker. He just is a trouble finder. But Lily and Benjamin were having enough fun with no adventure. Why don't we tease the squirrels, said Peter. Lily, what's that butterfly called? Interrupted Benjamin. Or we could steal strawberries from Mr. Todd, Peter continued. Shh, Peter, you're scaring the bugs, said Lily. Peter rolled his eyes. I just wish that this walk was more of an adventure. It's very boring. But it's not boring to them because they're learning all kinds of things. They're learning about what things look like under a magnifying glass. If you have a magnifying glass, go outside. Oh, you can't go outside. Look at anything. Look at your hand. Look at anything. But you see Peter? He's not happy because he wants to do stuff like steal out of gardens. As he neared Mr. McGregor's garden, Peter started fidgeting until finally he said, "Let's go on a radish raid." "Maybe later," said Benjamin. "Peter, come and look at the leaf Lily has found." And there's Peter jumping up and down saying a radish raid, but Benjamin found a leaf, or Lily found a leaf, and Benjamin's going to look at it through the magnifying glass. "I think I'll just go on a radish raid all by myself," said Peter. He was very disappointed in how this day was going. As he squeezed under the gate into Mr. McGregor's garden, Peter forgot all about the nature walk. He skirted around the edge of the garden and leaped over the cat, tugged at some juicy radishes, and heard heavy footsteps running behind him. "Oh no, it's Mr. McGregor," he said. And there are the legs of Mr. McGregor. Quick as a flash, Peter darted through Mr. McGregor's and back outside. "Mr. McGregor has had trouble with Peter forever, stealing his food." "Phew," said Peter. "I'm glad I got out of that one." Safely out of Mr. McGregor's garden, Peter bit into a radishes and then frowned. "Radishes just don't taste as good without friends to share them with," he said, watching Lily and Benjamin catch a butterfly. Suddenly Peter stopped chomping. "Oh no," he said. Lily and Benjamin were running straight toward trouble. I don't know what kind of trouble, but it made him stop eating, and he could see the trouble far ahead. It must be this dark thing over here. Tommy Brock. Tommy Brock is a badger. Nobody messes with a badger. A badger will attack anything, anybody. It doesn't care if it's a bear or a cat or a person or anything, it will attack. "Stop," yelled Peter, leaping just as Lily and Benjamin crashed into the sleeping badger. There they are, and there he is. His name is Tommy Brock. "Rabbits," said Tommy, shaking his head. "I think I'll teach you how to wake me up next time." "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" Peter shouted, and he jumped in between himself and Tommy Brock and his terrified friends. "Benjamin, Lily, run now." "Grrr. I'm going to make you all into slippers, soft, fuzzy slippers for my feet. That's what I'm going to do," said Tommy Brock. The friends raced out of the woods, but Tommy Brock was very close behind them. "Catch us if you can," shouted Peter, reaching into his pockets. And he took snack time, he yelled, and he took all the radishes that he had in his pockets and he threw them behind him. And when Tommy Brock, the badger, stepped on the radishes, he slipped and fell hard. Crash he went. And the bunnies quickly got away. "Peter, you saved us," said Benjamin, "but you lost all your radishes." "There are plenty more in Mr. McGregor's garden," said Peter. "Radish raid," said Benjamin and Lily. "What about your nature walk?" asked Peter. "The nature walk was fun," said Lily, "but nothing beats the fun of having an adventure with our best friends." And there they are, all happy. Peter saved the day by thinking very smartly to throw his radishes. And that's the end of that. I hope you have a wonderful day. I know you're stuck inside because of the smoke and everything else, but we're all stuck inside, and we make the best of it. We do nice things for each other, and we're kind to each other, and we look for ways to be helpful. And I love you. Mwah. Big time.